Welcome back to This Is a Commander channel, where this is a Commander channel, and today I'm going to talk about Commander, Tough Rules, and Cool Interactions, episode 123. Today's episode is going to be a bit of a doozy, as it covers something that will really break your brain if you're not really familiar with the deeper rules of Magic. It's one of those things that just isn't intuitive, and when you learn of it, you're going to doubt it at first. But for those of you who are going to be learning of it for the first time watching this video, I hope that I do a good job of explaining it and providing some solid examples. And for fans of my bonus questions, I have multiple, five, six-ish, really good ones at the end of this episode, and I hope that they make up for the lack of bonus questions in the last few episodes. So let's jump straight into it. You play Healing Salve, targeting yourself and picking the first mode. It is an instant that says target player gains 3 life. When you cast it, your opponent also controls Reign of Gore, which is an enchantment that says, if a spell or ability would cause its controller to gain life, that player loses that much life instead. I think it's pretty clear that in this case, the Healing Salve would cause you to lose 3 life instead of you gaining the 3 life. So, let's move on to the next scenario. Your opponent again controls Reign of Gore, and this time you control Archangel of Thune, which, relevant to this episode, it is a 3/4 creature that has Lifelink. You attack with it, and you connect to your opponent for that 3 damage, so clearly again, instead of gaining 3 life, you'll instead lose 3 life. Except, that's not the case. It is at this point that if you're hearing this for the first time, you're probably very confused and you're thinking that I'm wrong. I've messed this video up. Clearly, this should be a situation in which Reign of Gore will replace the life gain that is gained because of Lifelink. It's an ability, and it says that if a spell or ability would cause its controller to gain life, that player loses that much life instead. And in that case, you're partially right. Lifelink is an ability, but that's all that's correct here. So let's jump into the why this is. So let's first take a look at what the Comprehensive Rules says about combat damage and Lifelink. And we can see that in CR 120.3F, it says that damage dealt by a source with Lifelink causes that source's controller to gain that much life, in addition to the damage's other results. So we really need to take a close look at this sentence. It says that damage dealt causes its controller to gain that much life. So the ability of Lifelink is not what is doing the life gain. It is the reason why, but it is not the source of the life gain. I recently did a mini-series on doubling season and how it has the specific wording of if an effect would do something, then double it instead, and how a cost of adding loyalty counters to a planeswalker to pay for activating their loyalty ability does not get seen by the doubling season. And this whole Reign of Gore situation is very similar to this. I hope that you watched both of those episodes on doubling season, as these bonus questions are really going to test your rules understanding and probably hurt your brain. For those of you who are new to the channel, I will not straight up answer these bonus questions in this video. If you want the answers, then please provide your answers down in the comments and I'll reply to them letting you know how you did and provide you with details as to how right or wrong you are. And don't feel bad for getting all or part of your answers wrong. That's the whole reason you're here, is to improve your Magic rules knowledge. These questions are oftentimes far more complex than the main topic covered in the video, and that's on purpose. These bonuses are typically more niche and rare to encounter in a game than the main topic, but also I really like to give you all a chance to take the info covered in the video and previous videos and apply all of that to these insanely difficult scenarios. So here we go. Bonus question number 1. You control Triskelion, which entered with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and it has the ability to remove a +1/+1 counter from it to deal 1 damage to any target. You then enchant it with Lifelink, which is an aura that says, enchanted creature has Lifelink. If you then activate your Triskelion's ability, and it does successfully deal 1 damage to your opponent, will the Reign of Gore cause you to lose 1 life instead, or will you still gain 1 life? Why do you think it does or doesn't replace the life gain? Bonus question number 2. You control Judith, Carnage Connoisseur, and she has the relevant ability that says, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose 1, and you choose, that spell gains Death Touch and Lifelink. And then you cast Lightning Bolt, which is an instant that deals 3 damage to any target. This triggers your Judith, so your bolt gains lifelink, and then it does deal 3 damage to its target. Will your opponent's Reign of Gore replace it and cause you to lose 3 life instead of gain 3 life? Why did you go with the answer you went with? Bonus question number 3. You cast Think Twice, which is an instant that says draw a card, and at the time that you cast it, you control Words of Worship, which is an enchantment with the activated ability that says for 1 generic mana, the next time you would draw a card this turn, you gain 5 life instead. And you have activated it before casting your Think Twice. Again, your opponent controls Reign of Gore, so will the Reign of Gore see this and replace that 5 life gained with 5 life lost instead? Why did you pick the answer you did? Bonus question number 4. Similar to the last one, but 1 less card. You control Words of Worship, but this time, during your upkeep, you activate its ability, and then you go to draw for your draw for turn. Will your opponent's Reign of Gore see this and replace that 5 life gained with the 5 life lost instead? Why did you pick the answer you did? Whew, alright. How's everyone's brain now? We got a few more. Bonus question number 5. You control Archangel of Thune, and then you cast Pounce, targeting your angel and also your opponent's creature. And it's an instant that says, target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. And then you do have them successfully fight. Will you gain 3 life from your angel fighting from Pounce, or will Reign of Gore say, nope, you're losing 3 life instead? And again, why did you go with the answer you went with? Bonus question number 6. Take everything from the last question and copy it, but instead of you casting the Pounce, now your opponent is the one that casts Pounce, targeting their own creature to fight with your Archangel of Thune. Does this change anything from the previous question? Is it the same results? Will you now actually lose the life unlike before, or will you now actually gain the life unlike before? Why did you go with the answer you went with? Why is it different or not from the previous question? Okay. Well, that's all the bonus questions I have, and I really hope that you all enjoy these questions. If your brain is hurting from all 6 of them, don't feel bad. These are some seriously deep cuts within Magic rules, and when I reply to some of your answers, it'll probably still not make sense, as the wording on some of these things can be really confusing, and it will not be intuitive, even after reading the answer multiple times. I hope that a lot of you who are not familiar with these situations from seeing them in the past do actually try to answer these. It's always fascinating to see the thought processes, whatever the word is, that players have, and it helps all of us to better explain these concepts and rules to other players in the future when we can see the similar thought process here in the comments now. Also, please hit me with any other sticky situations that you can think of with Reign of Gore. I guess a bonus question for anybody that's stuck around this long. I didn't include it because it's a little similar to another bonus question here, but it's also different enough. All right, so can you use the alternative cost of Invigorate of having your opponent gain life if you control Reign of Gore? Or will it stop you from being able to pay that alternative cost for Invigorate? Feel free to skip this bonus question, and feel free, honestly, to skip any of the bonus questions. If you don't want to include this one, then don't. If you don't want to include any of the other ones, just answer the ones you feel comfortable trying to answer. And if you do, consider this one bonus question 7. If you do put it in there, whatever. I'm sure I'll figure it out based on your answers. Anyhow, that's all I've got for today's episode. As always, I hope that all of you found this video to be entertaining at least, and I hope that a few of you have even learned something about the crazy rules in this great game of Magic. Have a good one. Ta-ta.